What are the three things that you can do to communicate with your former spouse, especially when it comes to your children? Hi, I'm Ada Hasloecher with the Divorce and Family Mediation Center, and I want to break this down a little bit because this comes up very, very often. And I often hear about it after the mediation is over, and my clients may still be having some issues. So, the first thing I want to say about the communication is this. Number one, don't assume anything. Don't assume, especially, that the communication that you're going to have with each other is the same as it was when you were living together. And it just makes perfect sense. You're living in two separate households now. You're not zigging and zagging under the same roof, just kind of unwittingly talking about the kids together. And now you're going to have to be even more specific and even more strategic about the way you communicate with each other about how you're going to co-parent your children. The second thing is that you want to select with each other the way that you're going to communicate with each other. Is it by text? Is it by email? Are you going to do all communications by phone? And it's really important to be on the same page with this and decide how you're going to do it. So, for example, text messages are okay. I know a lot of people communicate that way, but anything really substantive and important, I don't really think communicating by text is the best way to go. And if you do need to talk to each other about something that's really important, maybe you just want to schedule by text when it would be a good time to communicate with each other, schedule the time, and then decide when you're actually going to have some free time, not around the kids, where you can talk to each other effectively. So, again, you need to be on the same page about what form that communication is going to take and how you're going to arrange a time to be able to communicate with each other. Because sometimes one spouse will be sending a communication to the other while they're at work, and they really can't look at that until they've got a break or they leave for the day. And then the last thing that I want to say is this. I know this sounds obvious, but I want to say it anyway. Show some respect to each other, not only for your parenting skills, but also for your humanity. Because, the kids are going to come home from each of your homes and they're going to say something about the other parent, perhaps. They don't mean to. Don't assume that what the kids have said is exactly what went on. You really need to cut each other some slack about it and be able to communicate respectfully with each other about what's going on for the kids when they're with you and clean it up and clear it up with each other, again, in a respectful way. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. So come to my table. Ada Hasloecher, Divorce and Family Mediation Center. Thank you for listening.